Welcome back to Becoming Number One Podcast, where our goal and mission is to help you become the best version of yourself while we are on our own pursuit. Become the best version of ourselves.
You gotta give a cough there?
No, just
it sounded like your voice got a little strained there for a moment.
No, not at all.
All in one
I
breath.
could say that all day.
All on one breath.
Yeah.
Well, we happen to be matching today, which people will get to see.
We're not necessarily matching. We're wearing the same kind of pants. Mine have a hintish of green in them. Our tops are completely different. Our shoes are completely different. We're not matching.
We're matching pants today, which we don't actually, you know what, I take that back. We usually do, because our color schemes revolve around black, gray, I guess khaki now, or tan, sand. And you usually you might throw in a white or a light gray in there.
Yeah, well, today, funny enough about this, is today I actually had my black pair of pants on, and then I took them off and I put these on.
If all of you are wondering why, it's because he had the intuition to show up wearing the same color pants as me. Because he's a copycat.
Oh,
that's why.
Put my pants on before you put your pants on. Anyways, guys, we're going to be uploading this one onto YouTube. You can find us at Becoming Number One Podcast.
If that's what it ends up being called, but something pretty damn similar to that.
It'll be that. I think I already got the YouTube, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, regardless, it'll be something just like that.
Yeah, that or Becoming Number One. We'll let you guys know. We'll send it out in the newsletter so you can watch it.
Yeah.
Make sure to like, subscribe, and share with a friend.
But that's one of the things we wanted to do, and thus are going to do this year, is we're putting everything on video. We're putting everything on video. We're going to get more dedicated with the short form content, the long form content, but ultimately, with just trying to kick this out there so that more people can hear the message. Because it's all about serving.
Absolutely. And I believe that you guys listening to this, our audience that we currently have, I believe that it's made your life better in some way, shape, or form. So what we want to do is we want to expand that so other people, just like you guys, can take value from it, you can learn from it, and you can grow. That's what we want.
Yeah. Well, and the whole purpose is, the mission is beyond us. It's beyond sharing, our experience and our journey. It's about instilling the mission of personal excellency, becoming number one for you and as many people as possible. I think whether you listen to us consistently or not, if you can live your life in accordance with being the best possible version of yourself, we're happy with that.
Yeah.
We're happy with that.
I mean, that's our goal. I mean, our goal is to help you become the best version of yourself. So, and we said this countless of times. If we can just help one person, it's all that matters, and it'll all be worth it. Everything. So, and I mean, sometimes too, I was doing some Bible study last night. Well, maybe not Bible study, but it was a book off of the Bible. And in that book, it was talking about how sometimes you might not be the person that's going to help 1,000 people, but you're going to be the person that helps that one person that helps 1,000,000 people. And if we're those types of people, whether it be 1,000,000, whether it be one, hey, put a smile on our faces.
Absolutely. And that's the thing is, I like that a lot, because some people are destined to help masses. And some people are destined to just have an impact on a small amount of people, but that impact is profound.
Yeah. Which I believe we are for the masses. I believe that.
Yeah. Well, and I think you get to, once again, and we've been diving more into this as each of us kind of takes a gander into journeys with our own faith, but there's a path given to you, right? There might be a path that you were destined for, some people might say. But at the end of the day, you get to choose that path. You can either go down that path or you can go down a different one.
Yep.
So if you want to be a person who helps the masses, you have the choice to do that. If you are the type of person who just wants to have a really big impact on a small group of people, you get to choose that.
Mm-hmm.
and we're taking the route of the first.
Yeah, absolutely. So, well,
Without further ado,
Aidan, what are we talking about today?
what are we talking about today? Well, to scream it at you, you're not stuck. You're just lazy.
Oof.
Right?
Stung a little bit.
Well, for a lot of people, it's going to sting. And I know you can personally speak on this. I can personally speak on this. As we get into the new year, as we start chipping away at the goals, the dreams, the ambitions that we set out, to achieve in 2025, most people stop. Most people fail.
Correct.
David talked about previously Quitter's Day, the second Friday of January.
Which we're already past.
Which we are well past.
Still pushing on your goals.
Yeah, so if you've made it past that point, you can give yourself a little clap, but the work ain't finished. Regardless, it doesn't matter if you're trying to build a business, if you're just trying to get healthier, if you're trying to improve your relationships. Everybody reaches a point where they feel stuck. You reach multiple points where you feel stuck, all right? But the thing that separates people who achieve things and people who don't is the people who achieve things don't stop at getting stuck, right? They get past it.
Yep.
Being stuck is a very brief and temporary state. It is not the end.
It should be very temporary. Because what gets you out of quote unquote stuck is action. So last week we had an event. It was about momentum, and this question got brought up is, what do you do when you're stuck? Well, I think my response was, well, if you're stuck, it means you're not doing the work necessary to get where you need to go. And granted, there's going to be moments throughout your journey where you might not have momentum and you might be quote unquote stuck, but that is directly a reflection of your ability to not take action.
Because what does it mean to be stuck?
You're stagnant still.
Well, it literally means you cannot move.
Yes.
Right? You're impaired from being able to act, to do something. You're hindered in some way, shape, or form. Now, being stuck in quicksand or being tied up, you are literally stuck. You cannot move.
Yep.
But most of us, and most of the ways that we feel stuck, there is nothing binding us from taking action, right? And that's what it is. You said it. It is a lack of action.
Yep.
And usually there's a couple of reasons why. Either A, you know what to do, but you're too lazy, afraid, distracted to take the action that you know you should be. Or the flip side, you don't know what to do.
Yep.
And because you don't know what to do, you don't do anything about it.
Yeah. Let's talk about you don't know what to do.
That's a big one.
Yeah, that is a big one. Sometimes you just kind of got to look at the board and determine what's the best move. And it could be the wrong move. And a lot of times it might be the wrong move. But at least you're moving. But when it is the wrong move and you do it and you take the action on that, you're going to figure out what works and what doesn't work. And then what you should have done. And that is 10 times better than you staying stuck and being in the same place.
So to say, sometimes doing the wrong move is the right move.
Correct.
Because it gets you somewhere.
Yes.
Might be the wrong spot, but it is a spot.
Yep.
As opposed to just standing still. And actually, I heard this on a podcast the other day. Most people, they think too many moves ahead, right? They think in our business, right? Somebody will think, okay, if I get a deal, I got to be able to sell that deal. Oh goodness, I don't know how to find somebody to sell the deal. How do I do that? What if I don't? You're trying to think too many moves ahead instead of just doing the one right in front of you.
Yeah, and you talk yourself out of it.
None of that matters if you don't get the deal in the first spot.
Yep.
So instead of thinking 10 moves ahead, take the move that's right in front of you. Because the other 9 moves don't matter if you don't do move 1.
Absolutely. And let's talk about another thing with being stuck as well. When we're in the state of like analysis paralysis, but it's more a sense of, and the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I was thinking in my like 19 to 20, why I didn't get a lot of results that I should have gotten was because I would have a task to do and then I would avoid doing the task, which would hinder my success or hinder my achievements. And I've been really thinking about this the last couple of days of what that stemmed from. And one, it was analysis paralysis. But two, it was, hey, I know this is a work that I have to do, and I might not know exactly what goes into that work, so I'm just going to push it off right now, and then I'm going to wait till the answer comes to me, and then I'm going to do it. And that is a recipe for disaster.
It's a mix of the two.
It is. It's exactly a mix of the two. And I was really thinking about it. I'm like, well, man, I'd be a lot farther right now if I would have learned what we're talking about right now and just would have done a move on the chessboard and try to push forward than not doing it, waiting. Time goes on. I'm getting worse. My results are getting worse because I'm not doing anything productive, right? So, and that's kind of a thought that I had. And I think a lot of people are currently going through that right now where they're just stuck. They're in analysis paralysis. What should I do? And it's like a deer in headlights, kind of.
Yeah.
It's a deer in headlight.
Well, the answer is it's simple, right? But nobody realizes
Correct.
it. If you're in school, right? Everybody went through elementary, middle school, and high school. At least most of us did. If you didn't know how to solve a math problem, what did you do? You went to your friends, you went to your teacher, you went to the tutor, and you asked, how do I do this? Please show me how to do this.
Yeah.
Or for people like David, they just decided not to do their homework. But that makes sense, right? If you didn't know how to do something, you went and asked. You went and sought out, how do you do it?
Yep.
But it seems like the second we're in the real world, whether it be starting a business, whether it be trying to work out, whatever it is, when you don't know what to do, you just throw up your hands and say, I'm not going to do anything. Instead of going out and seeking out, figuring out how to do it. And that's the answer. If you don't know the next move in front of you, right? We're not talking the next 9 moves. If you don't know the next move in front of you, the answer is to go figure out what it is.
Absolutely. And that could be trial and error. And also, guys, too, we live in a world where we have this fucking thing.
There's so much information out there. It's
so
insane.
We have ChatGPT. We have Google. We have all these things.
You got YouTube University.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
Yeah, exactly. We can find the answers of how to do something, but yet we don't do it. And that's from your fear. One, it could be from your fear of actually achieving success. That's a real thing, because a lot of people don't feel like they deserve it. But two, you don't know what to do. But we're telling you what to do, so you shouldn't be stuck in this phase anymore.
No, and so for people who feel like they're stuck because they don't know what comes next, 2 things. Go and use the resources out there to go figure out how to do what you want to do, but 2, just take action.
Yep. Action cures all.
Action will cure all.
It cures all. But you have to be smart. You have to be diligent because you have to learn from your mistakes. So if you're looking at the board and you say, okay, well, I'm going to go with this move because I'm not really sure what to do. I don't know if it's the best move, and it turns out not to be the best move. You have to analyze what you just did, and then you can analyze it and then pick it apart and say, okay, well, I'm going to do this time because what I've learned is this didn't work. So, well, if I do the opposite, it should get me there. Right? You have to be smart enough to analyze it. And if you don't, well, you're going to be spinning in circles.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, speaking from personal experience, and I know you can too, any endeavor, whether it be a business endeavor or an investment endeavor, anything that I've ever tried and ultimately am no longer doing because I gave up, I got stuck, it's because of these 2 things combined. It's I reached a point where I didn't necessarily know what came next, and I decided that it was too hard to go and find out how to do it. I was lazy, and I didn't go out and actually seek to do it and do those things, right? And that's where most people is. It really is a combination of the 2.
Yep.
You reach one little hiccup. You reach one little obstacle where it's like, I'm not sure what I should do next. I know there's something. You don't go and find out. And you stop doing the rest of the stuff you were doing before. So speaking from personal experience, I would have accomplished so much more if I had just bucked up and not been lazy.
Yep.
And gone out and done those things. And the answer to the first one is so simple. If you feel stuck because you're too lazy to go and do the work that you know you should, I mean, we'll tell you time and time again, get off your ass and go do it.
Yep. You got to do the thing, right?
Success doesn't happen.
Reading the book's not doing the thing. Watching the YouTube videos not doing the thing. Taking the courses and doing the thing. Asking your friend isn't doing the thing. The only thing that's doing the thing is you doing the thing.
There's no substitute for it.
There is absolutely zero. And at the end of the day, what we always talk about, it's strictly action. You're stuck, take action. You want momentum, take action. Just take it. Take it, whatever it is. Do something. You have to move. Think of an airplane. An airplane, right? When it's on the tarmac, and the only way for it to get in the sky is by moving with speed and going fast. And that's how it gains the momentum. And then after it has the momentum, by acting with speed, it can get up in the air. The air is your goals. The tarmac is your life and the action and the course that you have to take. You got to go quick. You got to act. And then eventually, you'll get the momentum to reach your goals.
It's pushing the stick just a little bit forward. Yep. A little bit forward. That first act of, the pilot putting their hand on the accelerator and pushing it forward, that's what you need to do. And then what? I mean, obviously, they do it in one continuous movement. You can do that. But if not, just take that one little push. It'll lead to the next. And eventually, you'll be going 100 miles an hour on the tarmac, ready to take off.
Yep.
But it doesn't start unless you take action.
Absolutely. Action cures all, guys.
It does. So with that, you're going to feel stuck this year. You're going to feel stuck so many times throughout your life. It is inevitable. So if you do, there is one cure, and it is taking action. So take it and do it.
Let's go.
We appreciate you guys. And because this is going up on YouTube, please follow. Well, it's not follow. Like and subscribe.
Listen, I just made this up. If when we have this up on YouTube, you take the link and you post it on your story.
Oh.
We will take one winner out of everyone who posted if you tag us in it. We'll take one winner. We'll have a 30-minute Q&A call with you via Zoom.
Oh, that's very nice. I guess we're doing that now.
Yep.
Cool. We appreciate you guys. Go get after it.
Let's go.